Hello, people of YouTube. I'm Anna, aka Artically Composed, and today, for the next episode of the Hiveswap Voice Roulette, we have a special guest. You all know Jonaya. She's the regular Tagora for my channel, as well as the lead writer and director of Friendsim 2.
Hi, I'm Jonaya, and I'm all those things she just said.
As usual, we've got a list of voices, a list of funny posts, this time courtesy of Tumblr user World Heritage Posts, and we will let fate decide who voices what post. Today, I will be voicing Tizius, Daria, Branya, Skyla, Follicle, Joey, Rose, and Vriska.
And I'll be voicing Doc Scratch, Kanaya, Tagora, Bull Deer, Carcat, Lanera, Lank, and Vriska.
For me, 5. 5 is Skyla. And for you, 1.
Scratch.
Yeah, Scratch is the crazy person.
It's okay.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get you today?
How much is it to fill a venti with espresso?
I'm sorry?
A venti cup. How much to fill it with espresso?
Well, it'd be, I suppose, I only have a button for a quad. I don't have a special pricing for 20 ounces of espresso in a single drink.
Price is the furthest thing from my mind right now. How many ad shots is that?
It'd be a quad with 16 additional shots of espresso, but man, I should tell you that the shots will start to get really bitter if they have to sit and wait for us to pull 20 of them.
Taste means nothing to me.
At this point, I am truly feared for my very existence in the presence of what must clearly be an eldritch being. Okay. I put on my absolute best customer service smile to hide my terror and accept that I must face this dragon, fae, or demon with dignity. We can certainly get that for you. The price will be... insert price here. She begins to pay, I shit thee not, with golden Sacagawea dollar coins. We are a block from Wall Street, and this eldritch demi-being is paying for an unholy elixir with golden coins. My life will end soon, I am sure of it.
Do you still have the ad energy packets?
My heart begins to race at this request. Yes, ma'am.
How many can I add?
Futile though it is, at least I know the rote response to this. For health reasons, we won't add more than 1 per drink, and we cannot sell the packets individually.
1, then.
I alter the order and tell her the new price. She pays, dumps the change in 5 golden dollars into the tip box. I write the order on the venti cup and pass it silently to the girl working the hot beverage station. Normally, we called and passed, but this was not something to be spoken aloud. My fellow takes the cup, not thinking anything of the minor break with protocol, until she sees the order. She stares at me. No. The woman, which I call her for no other greater insight than her terrifying being within my grasp, simply stands on the other side and calmly says, with a commanding tone I expect of admirals in bad movies,
Yes.
My fellow barista pales before her task. But we are dutiful. We are true to our task, great though it may be. She sits about clearing the 2 brand new Mistrainas of all direction, and sets 2 tall cups in the ready position. The energy packet is emptied into the venti cup, and the shots begin pouring. The barista was damn near shaken. The woman's gaze felt like at the fires of the sun. Finally, the shots are pulled, the cup is filled, and the handoff takes place. Our visiting incomprehensible takes it to our milk bar and adds a dollop of cream. Satisfied, she proceeds to down what must have been half the damn cup. Then she smiled at us like a benediction, and I was honestly filled with joy and horror. She left, and we knew nothing more of her after that. When I talk with other former employees, we quickly begin talking about the company, as if we'd never left, perhaps knowing that part of our soul still powers that awesome and terrible corporate machine. And when I share this story, other baristas at first act shocked, but quickly settle and come to the chorus. Yeah, I had one like that. Alright. This next post, what is this next post? Oh yes, this next post is about furry artists on Patreon.
Oh my god.
For me, that's number 8, ooh. And for you, if you get 8 too, I will be very happy.
Oh, that would be very fun.
7, what's your 7?
7 is Lank. Doctor, $140,000 a year. Furry artist on Patreon, $160,000 a year.
I think you're lowballing the furry art amount, to be honest.
I'm sorry for the inaccuracies, Dr. Yiff.
No matter how I respond to this, I don't look good, so well played, I walked right into that.
Well, furry artists are typically more competent and courteous than your average doctor, so I can see that.
Did you legitimately tell me that a person who draws wolf ass is more competent than a dude who spends 8 years in a university to give you a lung transplant?
Doctors are bullshit, and furry artists perform an infinitely more valuable service to society compared to them.
You will die in 7 days.
It took doctors like 10 years to diagnose what was wrong with me, some insisting I was faking for attention, while a furry artist I knew just went, "That sounds like Crohn's," after hearing me complain once and ended up being right. Also, I can't go to a doctor and ask them to draw Rouge the Bat wider than she is tall with tits to match now, can I?
You could if you weren't a fucking coward.
I like that one.
From me, I get 3. Who is 3? Branya. And you get also 3. Who's your 3?
Tagora. I had a dream that unless the teacher told us class was over, we were forbidden from going out the door. Our teacher was very forgetful, maybe even malicious. After being forced to stay past sunset many days, my class decided we were going to break out every night. Eventually, our attempts led us to discovering rifts in space-time where we could warp. So we never used the door. Checkmate.
The window.
What? You're going to critique my dreams, my subconscious creations that I did by accident while asleep? The chemicals in my brain. Are you going to use your foul eyes and dissect all of the plot holes in my dreams? Are you going to critique the weather, harass the clouds, make fun of the thunder for being off-key, remind me to come to your house and shred your shoes?
That response is fucking Shakespearean.
What? And would thou'st critique mine dreams, the accidental creations of my subconscious, the which I formed in slumber, nay, the very chemicals of my brain, wouldst thou employ thy foul eyes to dissect all plot holes found within my reverie, critique the weather there, harass the clouds, make fun of thunder for being out of key? Remind me thus that I should pay my dues, and call upon thee straight, and shred thy shoes.
Next one, the professor who is sick.
Yes!
From me, I got 6. Whomst is 6? Follicle. And you get 2.
2 is Kanaya.
Hey students, here's a pro tip. Do not write an email to your prof while you're seriously sick. Signed, a person who somehow came up with, "Dear hello, I am sick and not sure if I'll be alive to come tomorrow, and I'm sorry, best slut in nations." Name.
I mean, if someone wrote that to me, I'd probably believe they were sick. Slut Nation has me crying laughing.
I once emailed my professor with a migraine. A mistake. I am sick and will not to choir because I have a headache. I hope it's very and I am so sorry. Love, Blue. The subject line was ow.
The subject line is the best part. Just imagine getting an email with no context other than ow.
As someone who's taught college, please send those emails because 1, we will believe that. No one would write that on purpose. And 2, we need a laugh sometimes.
On the other side of this, once after getting taken to the ER by ambulance, I got an email from the professor whose class I'd passed out in, and the message had no text, just the subject line, "You good?"
Reblocking for the last edition.
Claritin makes me weird, but I have allergies, so there's about a 1.5 month block of time when I'm taking Claritin, and I am just weird most of the time. Anyway, my last year of college, I got the flu or something in late March, and was also taking Mucinex. I told my professor I couldn't come to class one day by email, except I couldn't think of what to say, so my medicated ass decided to make a fry meme. I think it said something like, "Not sure if I can go to class with a head the size of Texas," bottom text. I didn't think until the next day that it probably wasn't socially acceptable to tell your philosophy professor you weren't coming to class via Tumblr-style memes. When I got back to class, I found that she'd printed it out and taped it to the classroom bulletin board. Oh shit, you guys, I turned on my WinXP laptop that I used to use back then. It was on the desktop. This is what I sent. It's even worse than I remember it.
Alright. 7. Who is 7? I think that's Rose. Yeah. Best customer I ever had was when some rich white Cape Cod lady in a floor-length fur coat came into my store and asked her daughters what sweated pants were and how to wear them, and her daughters kept trying to explain what sweatpants were to her, and she was completely and utterly flummoxed by them. She asked if sweatpants were bisexual, and her daughter was like, unisex? And she was like, sure. Sweatpants. 1 for me. Have you done 5? Who's 5?
Carcat. No, I haven't.
Oh my god. And 1 for me is Tisius.
Oh my god.
It's 99 degrees outside. 4,000% humidity. And my husband was like, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. And I was like, why? No, why? Don't put us on the news like that. Local fool collapses on unnecessary journey. Don't do it. So he says he doesn't want to hide in the house because the sun is shining. Bruh, honey bruh, the sun is shining does not cover it. It's hot outside. It's motherfucking hot as fuck outside. Our outdoor plans have been crying into their hands all week. Whole cars are melting into the sewer. Our fucking patio umbrella developed sentience to ask me for lemonade this morning.
You need to work for the weather forecast. This was both hilarious and so vivid it made me stand up and get some iced tea.
This is a great idea. Thank you. Here goes. My audition tape for the Weather Channel. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to have a fucking funeral for the outdoors. It had a good run with all its creeks and clouds and shit. Pretty great. Now it's 10:30 at night, but still 92 asshole sweating degrees and humid as fuck. Everything is hot and slimy, like being a borrower that got trapped inside a bottle of shampoo and then accidentally microwaved. You can see on my Doppler radar that nothing is moving around out there because everything is probably dead. The only alive thing is the mosquito currently trying to drill a hole in my leg. No surprise that all the shitbag mosquitoes are fine, since the thermostat of hell is always at the devil's preferred temperature. This forecast has gotten away from me a little, but in conclusion, fuck the sun.
99? That's it? Buddy, here in the 7th circle of Heck, California, we got up to at least 110 degrees every single gosh darn summer. The bugs seek revenge. The sun wreaks havoc on the mere mortals it surveys. Every plant has turned brown in its thirst for water. The very air itself has been sucked dry of every drip of moisture it ever had. 99 degrees, you weak fool.
Well, since you asked so politely, let's talk about something very important vis-a-vis weather hotness that you clearly ain't never heard of, called humidity. Oh, alas, you say, oh, papa, whatever shall I do? It is ever so hot and dry in California. The air hath been sucked of all its moisture droplets and whatnot. 110 at desiccated degrees. Yo, drought is serious? I am pretty obviously not making fun of that. All right, let's check it out. Here's a random California city right about now. 32%. And here's a random mid-Atlantic city located somewhere in the wet, fleshy crease behind a demon's knee. Confession, I do not live in DC, but several years ago I spent 3 weeks steaming like a tinned ham in Arlington in August. None of the pants I took with me could ever keep a crease again. Huh, funny thing. See, DC's actually 7 degrees cooler, you say, because you've obviously never gone outside and taken a deep lungful of wet sock trash air in your life. And now, for added bliss, here's what early Wednesday morning's gonna be like for those poor clowns. That's right, 82% humidity. The point at which showers no longer matter because you're all caught in God's grease trap. Just stressed human eels miserably sliding their way through a damp, melty bathwater-flavored hellscape that feels like it's actively sous videing their top layer of skin. 100,000 people packed into public transit, breathing air that feels like deep-throating Swamp Thing. And you want to talk to me about fucking California? Human bodies cool through evaporation, a process by which the body sweats and sweet invisible angels towel us off, whisking away our unwanted moisture into the air and literally chilling us out. It's also why air-conditioned air feels so fucking deliciously refreshing. It's not just being cooled, it's being conditioned, aka dehumidified. It's cool, dry air. But if the air is already made out of fucking chowder and can't absorb shit, then guess what the fuck our bodies can't do? So is this weak fool gonna remain indoors and hydrated through this only medium hot but fuck off humid season? You bet your dried out ass!
Perfect. Is your voice okay?
I'll be fine.
Branya. I'll do Branya. You will do, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Tagora.
Actually, I feel like this would work. I'm doing canon, you're doing fanfic.
Oh, fuck yeah, okay.
Canon, they died.
Fanfic. Fuck you.
Canon, and so they never met.
Fanfic. Here's a funny story.
Canon, there was tension and pining, but they never even kissed.
Fanfic. Actually.
Canon, torture the cinnamon roll.
A fanfic. Torture the cinnamon roll.
Canon, when they traveled, they stayed in separate rooms.
A fanfic. And there was only one bed.
Canon, and they were roommates.
A fanfic. Oh my god. They were roommates.
Canon, they were international assassins who assassinated assassins.
Fanfic. But hot damn, wait till you hear about this cafe they opened.
Canon, they had a coffee shop.
A fanfic. But they were assassins.
Canon, they were mortal enemies and attempted to murder each other on multiple occasions.
Fanfic. But they got married and adopted children.
Canon, they were straight.
A fanfic.
Canon, am I a joke to you?
Fanon. No. Just a disappointment.
Is this our last one? Yes, this is our last one. Okay, this is a short one. We're gonna end up with a nice short one. 4 is Joey, and you get 6.
6 is Lanera. Okay, cool.
I had a really fucked up dream, OMG.
Phineas and Ferb related?
Sorry, but Phineas and Ferb were not in it.
Buford?
No characters from Phineas and Ferb were there.
I love that.
All right, and that is it. I think so. Yeah, that's our last one.
Yeah, that's our last one.
Hey, so we fucked up. Or more accurately, my phone fucked up because it's old. Thank you, planned obsolescence. So here we are, 3 weeks later, re-recording the outro. Thank you all so much for watching, and a huge thank you to Jonaya for joining me today. Jonaya, would you like to promo anything for yourself?
Yes, if you'd like, you could follow me on Twitter at AltUniverseWash. I post a lot of my writing, a lot of my thoughts, and updates on any Homestuck projects that I'm working on. Speaking of which, you should all check out FriendSim2 at FriendSim2 on Twitter or FriendSim2.com. It's gonna be good, and it's coming out next 4/13.
All our links will be in the description box below. Huge thanks to my patrons, Jonaya Riley, Tev Linsey, Stinky, and Rosalie Ross. If you want to become part of my big list of names at the end of every video, or if you want to check out some never-before-seen songs from in-progress musicals, check out my Patreon in the links below. And don't forget to check out my social media and my Discord server as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.